Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway. And you may be looking at this track and thinking, hey, it looks a little bit different than I have seen in the past, and you would be correct. After 10 years of using the Freddie and Sean version of Bristol Motor Speedway, I finally said to myself, enough. Enough is enough. And here we are on the original version of the Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, our good friend here, Joe Alonso, putting together the modern graphics, the Wawa Cup Series logos and all that onto the track. But let me tell you, tomorrow night's race here from the Bristol Motor Speedway will probably be one of the best Bristol races you have ever seen on the channel. And the big thing, and this is going to make tonight very huge, no pit stops. No need to come down the pit lane for fuel or tires tomorrow, like the super speedway races that we do. And because of that, where you start is going to mean a lot. Now, I say that, we are going to see some passing for the race lead. It is difficult to make passes here, but once we get into the lap traffic, which is something that we will see tomorrow, it's going to make things rather interesting. But these guys, the tires will not wear out, and they will not have to come down for fuel. So it's very much different than what we're going to see once we get to North Wilkesboro, our next short track race later on in the year. But we're excited for this one because it's going to be a fun race, and it's going to be a legitimate race for these guys as well. And qualifying here tonight is going to mean everything. Of course, we start off with uncharted qualifying, and the top 5 make it on to the main event with the next highest hot seat driver, the highest hot seat driver, if the hot seat driver is already in the top 5. I completely messes up this week. Hot seat driver already qualifies top 5, and the 6th place driver makes it into the show. Right now, Josh Marzak is fastest in the number 14 machine. You got Josh Marzak in the number 14 this week. You got Joshua Neely in the 42 for Racing Motorsports. Christian Vargas in the number 90. And then the 91 is Corey Case. And right now, Marzak is the fastest, and Darian Arnsdorf is, well, Darian Arnsdorf is now the fastest, and Josh Marzak is second quickest. Both of the Grattan Autosport machines up in the top 2 positions. J.R. Ribbleton is currently in third there for Harrisville Motorsports. Ribbleton, as far as I know, has only made the one start all season, and that was the Daytona 500. He has not qualified into any of these races since. You got the 00 of Zayden Davison, who is currently 4th. He has already been out there. The 45 of Eric Monaco has just pushed his way into the 4th position. Aaron Lukes has gone to the 5th position there. Haley Anderson Jr. And how about the 27, Johnson Jameson? He is the last driver to have made a start this season, and here he is now in 4th. Carson Miller now holding on to the last position right there, but Marzak and Arnsdorf still the class of the field here. Of course, with Marzak being at the top of the board, that means that the 6th place driver advances on. We have yet to fall on the hot seat provisional in this uncharted session yet this season. Monaco to 3rd, Arnsdorf back to the top, and this is the thing about there being virtually zero tire wear. In these qualifying sessions, these guys are going to have laps that are quick all throughout the session, and that's going to make qualifying very interesting when we get to the group sessions. It's now Dylan Matthews. Johnson Jameson just got pushed out. Jaron Martin now up to 3rd in the number 96. Now you got Joshua Neely up there, and now Dylan Matthews on the bubble in the 05. A lot of change up front. Marzak's back to 2nd. And Jaron Martin has gone to the 2nd position. Of course, Jaron Martin had a great qualifying effort last week at Darlington, and here he is now in the 3rd position. Now you got Corey Case holding on to the last transfer spot into the main event. You got the 45 there of Eric Monaco hanging on barely. It's Jaron Martin, and now Aaron Lukes up to 4th. A great run there for Aaron Lukes in his lap. This is going to be a very wild session once we get to the group sessions, I tell you what. And where you start means a lot to how well you're going to finish, because there are no pit stops. There is no other way to move up to the field unless passing the cars, other than, I should say, passing the cars on the racetrack. Corey Case, Christian Vargas just barely out there. And you got Eric Monaco on the bubble at the moment. And now you got Aaron Lukes on the bubble because Monaco just went up to 5th. It will be that 6th place driver. You got both Joshua Neely and Josh Marzak, who have pretty much solidified spots into that top 6. Aaron Lukes trying to make it in. I know he's really been wanting to get into one of these races in that racing machine. He might finally have a shot here. Zayden Davison in the 00. Oh, he just got knocked out. And there goes Haley Anderson Jr. to the 5th position. It is now the 45 of Eric Monaco on the bubble. Zayden Davison is slowest. He is the driver who is highest in the points of our uncharted drivers so far. He is not going to make it onto the show with what he's got. The tough break there for the 0-0 of Zayden Davison. Eric Monaco, Haley Anderson Jr. looking to make her 2nd start of the season in the number 92. We'll see if she can, actually her 3rd start. She made it last week as well. There's definitely some speed coming up in that 92 machine. Of course, that being a Pacific Racing car, Pacific Racing very good on the short tracks. That will do it for Uncharted qualifying. That was wild. Lots of change up there. Arnsdorf, Marzak, Neely, Martin, Anderson Jr., and Monaco make it on. They advance on to the race, and Arnsdorf, Neely, and Anderson Jr. will be in Group A. Marzak, Martin, and Monaco will be in Group B. Christian Vargas, Aaron Lukes, Corey Case, Dylan Matthews, Johnson Jameson, Carson Miller, J.R. Ribbleton, and Zane Davidson all failed to qualify for the Krispy Kreme 500. I don't think I've even mentioned that this is the Krispy Kreme 500 yet. It's still the Krispy Kreme 500, though it'll be much different than what we had last year. Let's just put it that way. Let's go on to Group A and see who makes it into the Fast 6 here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. And here we go for Group A. And, of course, qualifying very important for this race because, of course, it is a short track. And there will be no pit stops in tomorrow's event. 125 laps here at Bristol and no pit stops. This race, however, will be much quicker than Martinsville as they go about 4 seconds a lap faster here at Bristol than they do over at Martinsville. Here's Justin Zeidel in the number 3. Not the best of seasons for him, unfortunately. He sits there. Make sure I get the right number here. All the way back in the 33rd position in the championship standings, and this team has definitely been one of those teams that has struggled with the owners' points, and it's not up to it with some of the other teams. Of course, they had Blaine Keys there at Tracoan Racing Enterprises a couple of years ago, and unfortunately, they have fallen off a little bit since. Troxel really fell off in the standings, and not really much to his doing either. Blown engine at Darlington last week, and that sent him way back. He is now down 17th in the standings and not even in the wild card currently. And he was in the top 5 in points going into that race. So he lost 12 spots because of that incident there. Pacific Racing is good on the short tracks, and we saw that with Haley Anderson Jr. qualifying her way in the Pacific Racing Uncharted ride. We'll see how it ends up shaking out. Nicholas Samadillo, much like Blaine Keys at Darlington last week, Nicholas Samadillo absolutely has a chip on his shoulder coming into this race, and he just wasn't there. He did not show up last week at Darlington, which is a little bit unlike him. 19th in the standings. He is 100, or should I say 31 points behind the cutoff coming into this one, and a race victory would definitely be a huge boost of motivation. He is currently 2nd. Justin Zeidel taking 2nd away, but we saw those times increase dramatically near the end of the run as these guys got the heat in their tires in that Uncharted session. And I would imagine we're going to see something similar here in both Group A and Group B. Blaine Keys looking to get his first pole of the season, looking to get his first top 5 of the season as Samadillo goes top of the board in the 59 machine. This could be a Blaine Keys, Nicholas Samadillo type race tomorrow night. Very much could be a race that those two drivers find a lot of speed in. How about Brad Stover up to 3rd right there? Zeidel is still 4th. De Oliveira is 5th, but we were seeing 15 sixes in the Uncharted session. And these guys, are going to be faster as we move along. Blaine Keys continuing to find some speed there in his number 32 machine. And he wants his first win of the season. He wants win number 30. The funny thing is, he may end up having to beat the guy who has 30 wins in order to get win number 30. Travis Crampton there, our points leader. He is 10th right now. We'll see if he improves his time at all right here. The NS cars are always really fast. Jared Martin, of course, advanced his way on. Tanner Parton had a great run last week at Darlington. He is 3rd quickest right now in the 97 machine. Drew Webb is 4th in the number 18, and it's Isaac Nichols, Haley Anderson Jr. How about Darian Arnsdorf? How about those Uncharted guys? They had a really good run in qualifying last week at Darlington. This might be another one of those racetracks, though I think the driver does play a little bit more of a factor here at Bristol, where it's a bit of an owner's racetrack, and the better teams tend to have the advantage. Crampton, our points hitter, still in the 10th position right there, but all these guys who do not advance on here in Group A will start inside lane, which is a very big part of running well here, Bristol, because that outside lean is not where you want to be. It's definitely an inside lean designed racetrack here on this original version of Bristol. Nicholas Amedeo has fallen to 6th right there as Isaac Nichols and Laura Chung. Laura Chung again looking to make another fast 6. She has been ultra quick in these qualifying sessions, and she is 5th in the championship standings coming into this race. Watch out for her as this season goes along. She could definitely be knocking on the door of her first win in the Wawa Cup Series this season. And she has come close quite a few times. 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s. Been a good year for Laura. But it's still Blaine Keys who's got the fastest time. And I'm sure he's loving that. This was one of the tracks where he got 5 straight poles at in the Truck Series last year. Tanner Pardnell up to 3rd. Laura Chung is 2nd overall right here. And Nicholas, we thought Nicholas was going to be fast there. He has not improved his time at all here. He's kind of stuck behind this 42, and that's what's been slowing him down. And that is something that we will see in the race tomorrow as well. Lap traffic will get in the way, and it'll bunch these guys up, and we'll see passes for the race lead and whatnot. It is going to be a very interesting race strategically, and I'm excited to see how it plays out because we're going to have some strong drivers up front there with Blaine Keys, Laura Chung, Tanner Parton, Isaac Nichols, and you got Travis Crampton there as well, Matthew Hubert, Alex Vitale, Brad Stover, Ludovic Charette, Andrew Miller, and Nicholas is flipping back even more down to the 12th position now as he cannot get around this 42 machine. He's running out of time to get a clean racetrack in front of him. Troxel down in 14th in this session. That'll be 27th starting position if it stays. Definitely a lot of drivers who are going to be starting from the back in this one who would have hoped for a better run here in this session. They're not going to get it. It's Blaine Keys, Laura Chung, and Tanner Parton who advance on to the Fast 6. Isaac Nichols will start in 7th. Travis Crampton will start 9th. Matthew Hubert will start 11th. Alex Vitale will start 13th. Brad Stover will start in the 15th position. Ludovic Charette will start 17th. Andrew Miller will start 19th. Joshua Neely will start 21st. Nicholas Amedeo will start 23rd. Drew Webb will start 27th. Thomas Troxel will start 29th. Darian Arnsdorf will start 31st. Ailey Anderson Jr. will start 33rd. Rogel Dorn will start 35th. Leonard Kochmer will start 37th. Justin Seidel will start 39th. Nah, I missed it. Where did I miss it? Haley Anderson Jr. will start 31st. Rogel Dorn will start 33rd. Leonard Kochmer will start 35th. Justin Seidel will start 35th. Philip Torres will start 39th. And Bernardo Oliveira will start in the 41st position for tomorrow night's Krispy Kreme 500 here from Bristol. Let's go to Group B. Move on to Group B here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. See who joins Blaine Keys, Laura Chung, and Tanner Parton in that Fast 6. And ready to go for Group B here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Fastest time of the night so far, 15.650, set by Blaine Keys there in Group A. That is just a couple of 100ths, excuse me, I should say, faster than Darian Arnsdorf in the Uncharted session. And I think as we saw there in Group A, the lap traffic, or should I say the traffic in general, does get in the way. And like I said, that's going to be a big factor in tomorrow night's race. We'll end up seeing who gets the pole tonight in about 15 or so minutes, and then from there, we will kind of have an idea who might have a shot at winning this Krispy Kreme 500 tomorrow. Bruno the Alchemo there fell back in the points after a tough run at Darlington. Of course, he had qualified deep in the field for that race. He is now 10th in the standings, only 1 point ahead of the cutoff, and that is Tanner Parton, who is in that position. And Tanner Parton is going to be in the Fast 6, so Tanner's got a good shot at getting a win tomorrow night as well if he has a good qualifying effort. There's Nathan Smith, who was runner-up to this guy last week at the Darlington Raceway. Duncan Ward getting his first career Wawa Cup Series win. I don't think it's going to be his last. He's going to get 4 and 5 here in terms of the poles. He did not have a good run in qualifying in Martinsville, our previous short track 2 weeks ago. But Duncan, of course, fresh off that race victory. He's now 8th in the standings. He moved up 10 spots. And he is 6 points ahead, I should say, of the cutoff coming into this race. And we're talking about that cutoff. This is the 10th race of the season here for these drivers. Once we get 10 to go, it's a 22-race regular season. Once we get to 10 to go, we will start showing the chase grid, the playoff grid. Playoff, oh boy, I said it. I said the P word. The chase grid. It's the chase over here in the Wawa Cup Series. We're not talking about playoffs. you will start seeing that chase grid there and the difference in points between all the drivers and also in the wild card as well. There's top 10 drivers in the standings, and then the next 2 highest drivers with wins in the standings get into the Chase 12 driver grid for that. Duncan Ward packing it in a little too early there. You want to have a 15-7 at least if you want to make it the fast 6 here. Duncan's going to fall back. Kirsten Bell now fastest. At these times, though, are going to continue to increase as this session goes along. You got the 93 of Kirsten Bell there, 915 currently. There's Daniel Paulus Jr. just ahead of her. This is the kind of race Paulus can win as well. I feel like he's going to have a good shot at having a good run in tomorrow's race. We'll see what he ends up clocking in at. He has a clean racetrack ahead of him right here. We'll see if his times increase at all. Still, Kirsten Bell, Bruno Diacomo, and the 23 of Duncan Ward, the fast 6 at the moment. Angel Gutierrez is the defending race winner here at Bristol, though that was on a completely different configuration. Trey Bartow has gone to the top of the board in the 4 machine. It's not been a good season for Bartow. He only has 1 top 10 up to this point. I know Bartow is definitely itching to get a good run. He's got a shot at it here in this number 4 machine. They get around Roberto Crown Jr. have an opportunity of getting a good lap in here. Bruno Diacomo to the top of the board in the 24 machine. He's looking to rebound after that tough run at Darlington. That's going to knock Duncan Ward out. Kirsten Bell is 3rd. And then you got Trey Bartow holding on to the 2nd position right there. Braden Perez up to the 4th position. He's had a few solid runs in qualifying. He made the Fast 6 last week. Of course, Millennium Motorsports won this race with Gutierrez last year. Nathan Smith up to 4th, not enough to make the Fast 6 right there, the top 3. Of course, advancing onto the Fast 6. And there's Paulus, and there's his fast time. Up to the 3rd position for the number 54. And now Nathan Smith has gone to the top of the board in the 06 machine. And now Trey Bartow on the bubble. So Nathan Smith, Bruno Diacomo, Trey Bartow, the top 3 right now who would advance on with Blaine Keys, Laura Chung, and Tanner Parton. I have a feeling that Blaine Keys is going to win the pole. I kind of feel that it's a bit inevitable that Blaine Keys is going to win the pole tonight, but I could be wrong about that. How about Braden Perez in the 44? And we have definitely seen certain drivers come through in qualifying compared to others. But Perez has not necessarily translated that into a good run in the race. Only 1 top 10 all season so far for Perez. As Logan Williams has just gone to the top of the board. And like I said, this is a race that does not have any pit stops, and that may play into Logan's favor tomorrow. It's been an up-and-down season for Appalachia. They didn't quite have the best of runs at Darlington overall as a team, and Nicholas, of course, he fell back. Josh Marzak just went. Well, he had it for a split second there, and he got bumped out by Nathan Smith. But that is the fastest time we have seen all night. Right there out of Logan Williams in the 95, 15.61 for the Appalachian Motorsports driver. And Logan's going to have a shot at the pole position here in this Krispy Kreme 500, a race where he actually led the most laps last year. Got crossed over on the pit lane by his teammate Nicholas Samedeo, and then his teammate of Samedeo proceeded to blow an engine, coming to the white flag. Of course, Nicholas going to be starting a lot deeper in the field than he would hope, but Logan is looking to possibly start on the pole position. He's going to have an opportunity at it. That does it for Group B. Logan Williams, Braden Perez, and Nathan Smith making onto the Fast 6. Josh Marzak's going to start 8th in the number 14. Great run for the Grattan Autosport driver. Ryan Webb will start in 10th. Bruno Diacomo will start in 12th. Ty from the, what are they? The Titan Fury guys. You know, Igor just won the 10th anniversary race, and I don't even remember what team he has. LJ Semedo does hold that tiebreaker on Zachary Fitzwater, so it will be 14th for Semedo and 16th for Fitzwater. Roberto Crown Jr. will start 18th. Bryce Egan will start 20th. He is ahead of Trey Bartow in the points. Bartow will start 22nd. Daniel Paulus Jr. is going to start 24th. Eric Monaco will start 26th. Kirsten Bell will start 28th. Duncan Ward's going to start 30th. It's just like it was in Martinsville. After winning the pole, winning the race, he's going to be all the way in the back and on the outside lane as well. Jack Haas is going to be 32nd. Defending winner at Bristol, Angel Gutierrez is going to be 34th. Jesse Turner is going to be 36th. Jared Martin will start in the 38th position. Christian Master will start 40th. Avery Alford starting in 42nd. The short tracks have not been the strong suit for Team Williams this season. They have definitely struggled. But Logan Williams, the other Williams brother, has the fastest time so far. We'll see what he does in the Fast 6. Let's get on to it. See who wins the pole for this Krispy Kreme 500. Nathan Smith going to be the first one out there in single car runs. And here we go. Nathan Smith, first driver out here. We're going to whip through these times very quick. Some of the fastest singular laps that we have all season. Nathan Smith, runner-up last week at Darlington, trying to move his way up in the point standings to have an opportunity at the chase. Of course, he does have that win at Las Vegas. And of course, with no pit stops tomorrow, a good starting position could mean another race victory for the Parker Davis Enterprises driver across the line. For his lap, it is 16.502. We're going to see these lap times be a little bit slower because they are a bit cooler on the tires. Next driver in line, it's Tanner Parton in the number 97 for NS Racing. He finished third last week at Darlington. 11th in the standings, only 1 point behind the cutoff. It has been a pretty solid year for Tanner Parton. His teammates, the points leader, NS Racing, leads in the owner's title. Let's see how well Tanner Parton does here on his flying, or his fast lap here in the 97. Can't really tell how good of a lap it's going to be because I didn't pay attention to Nathan Smith's lap, and I apologize for that. Tanner Parton across the line, it is going to be 3.32, 16.332. That's top of the board for now for Tanner Parton and NS Racing. Braden Perez next in line in the number 44. Made the Fast 6 last week at Darlington as well. And looking to keep the streak of Bristol wins alive for owner Chase Harris. Of course, Millennium Motorsports won this race last year with Angel Gutierrez. He did not get a good time in his session, but Braden Perez did, and here he is going for the pole. Needs to beat a 16.332. That was just set by Tanner Parton not too long ago. And of course, as I said with Nathan Smith's time there, these guys are not going to be near as fast on their first laps as they would later in a run. Not quite enough for Tanner Parton there. That is going to be second quickest, 16.397 for Braden Perez. Laura Chung next in line. She's made quite a few Fast Sixes this season. She's had a great run in qualifying, has had a great season. She's 5th in points. She had a little bit of a lull there, and I remember mentioning that, but then she picked it back up, and here she is looking to get a good starting position for a race where starting position means a lot. Laura Chung in the number 20 for racing. One of the better drivers we have had this season overall, a driver who may be on the cusp of her first win in the Wawa Cup Series. Needs to beat that 3.32 that was set by Tanner Parton across the line. Laura Chung's going to go 16.405. That is third quickest so far here in the Fast 6. Logan Williams next in line. Looking for a good run. He needs it. And trying to carry his team after Nicholas Amedeo did not have a good run in his group. Of course, Logan Williams also had a great opportunity of winning this race a year ago and lost the lead to his teammate in that one eventually, and neither of the Appalachia cars won. As a matter of fact, Appalachia Motorsports led all but one lap last year in this race, which is not necessarily how you want it to go down if you're a team owner. I don't think this is going to quite be enough for Tanner Parton, but we'll see. Across the line, it is 4.59, so it's either going to be Tanner Parton or Blaine Keys winning the pole here at Bristol. Logan Williams currently goes to 4th. And here we go, Blaine Keys. Will he get his first pole of the season? I know Brennan Wilmington wants to see it. Kind of feels like we're trusting the process here with Blaine Keys and Pacific Racing. It's been a slow start, but you know we say that. They're 9th in points there in that 32 team with Blaine. And this is definitely a great racetrack for Blaine, a great racetrack for Pacific Racing in general. Let's see if Blaine can beat Tanner Parton's time. 3.32, that was set by Tanner Parton for the top spot. And Blaine Keys in the 32. We'll see what it is. 16.305. It has begun. It has begun. Blaine Keys wins the pole for the Krispy Kreme 500 here at Bristol. And there you have it. Blaine Keys wins the pole for the Krispy Kreme 500. He'll start alongside Tanner Parton in row 1. Braden Perez, Laura Chung in row 2. Logan Williams, Nathan Smith in row 3. And we got ourselves in row number 4. It's Isaac Nichols and Josh Marzak. Travis Crampton and Brian Webb. Matthew Hubert and Bruno Diacomo in row number 6. Alex Amitali, LJ Semedo in row 7. Brad Stover, Zachary Fitzwater in row 8. Ludovic Charette and Roberto Crown Jr. in row 9. Andrew Miller and Bryce Egan in row 10. Joshua Neely and Trey Bartow in row 11, Nicholas Samadio and Daniel Paulus Jr. in row 12, Drew Webb and Eric Monaco in row 13, Thomas Troxel and Kirsten Bell in row 14, Darian Arnsdorf and Jack Haas and Duncan Ward, in row 15. Then it's Haley Anderson Jr. and Jack Haas in row 16. Rogel Angel Gutierrez in row 17. Leonard Kochmer and Jesse Turner in row 18. Justin Zeidel and Jared Martin in row 19. Philip Torres and Christian Master in row 20. Bernardi Oliveira and Avery Alford in row number 21. Blaine Keys. That's a good one for Blaine. This might be Blaine's first win of the season, and like I said, there are no pit stops in this race tomorrow. However, lap traffic, there'll be many factors that determine who gets the race win tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG the channel. We're under the lights at Bristol once again as well, so we're excited to be back under the lights here for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Congratulations to Blaine Keys for winning the pole here from the Bristol Motor Speedway, and I will see you guys later.